Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another video, and this is obviously a continuation of the last one, but this time we're doing our NL All-Star picks for 2019. And these will be similar to the last one. I'm going to abide by the rule that you have to have every team represented in the All-Star game, and let's just get into it, starting with the starters. Our starting pitcher for the National League is going to be Max Scherzer of the Washington Nationals. Max in 15 games this year has a 3.8 WAR, which leads the NL, with a 2.81 ERA and a 2.28 FIP, which also leads the NL. Now we move over to our first base starter, and it's going to be Freddie Freeman for the Atlanta Braves. Freddie's hit 19 home runs for 51 RBIs, has a weighted runs created plus of 154 and a WAR of 2.6, which is second among first basemen. He has a slugging of 593 and hitting 311, good enough for a starting role. Now our second baseman is Ketel Marte of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Marte has a 2.8 WAR with 128 weighted runs created plus, with a slugging of 566, and he's even tacked on 20 home runs. Now our starting third baseman is Anthony Rendon of the Washington Nationals. After being hurt, Rendon has continued his reign of dominance in 2019 with a 3.2 WAR, a 169 weighted runs created plus, hitting 321 with 16 home runs and 50 RBI. Now our starting shortstop of the NL is Paul DeJong of the St. Louis Cardinals. DeJong's hit 13 home runs for 34 RBIs while putting up a 3.1 WAR, which leads NL shortstops. He's had an unbelievable defense this season, being probably the best defensive shortstop in the NL, and even tacked on a 129 weighted runs created plus. And now we move on to our outfield. And our first outfielder, an obvious one, Cody Bellinger. He's hit 23 home runs, 58 RBIs, he's walked 15% of the time while only striking out 14, he's a 4.9 WAR, a 192 weighted runs created plus, which is tied for first in the NL, a 702 slugging, and hitting 355. And our next outfielder, another obvious one, is Christian Yelich of the Milwaukee Brewers. Yelich hitting 26 home runs up to this point with a 4.5 WAR and 192 weighted runs created plus. He's also hitting 343 and with an NL leading 746 slugging. And our final starting outfielder is Ronald Acuna Jr. Acuna's hit 16 home runs, good enough for a 2.7 WAR and 129 weighted runs created plus. He's played great defense and hitting 296. And our final starter is our catcher. And it's maybe someone you wouldn't expect. It's Yasmani Grandal. Grandal leads all NL catchers in the WAR with a 2.8. He's played excellent defense while having 137 weighted runs created plus, which is second among qualified catchers. He's seen 282 and hit 15 home runs this year. And now we move on to the reserves. And our first reserve is going to start with the pitching, and our first pitcher is Hyun-Jin Ryu of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Ryu is 9-1 with a 1.26 ERA, but second in the WAR with a 3.1 and a 2.53 FIP. Our next starting pitcher is another Nationals pitcher, it's Steven Strasburg. He ranks third in the WAR with 2.4, has a 3.75 ERA, but a 3.11 xFIP and a 3.29 FIP. He also has pitched 96 innings and has a K/9 of over 10. Our fourth starting pitcher is Walker Buehler of the Los Angeles Dodgers. The second Dodgers pitcher on this list is 7-1 with a 3.06 ERA, a 2.92 FIP, and a 2.3 WAR. He has 9.18 K/9 and has just been great this year. Our next one is Caleb Smith of the Miami Marlins. Caleb Smith, maybe not the guy you'd think of, but he's having a good year. He's really only the best player from the Marlins. Started off great, it's kind of dipped, but you need someone from Miami. And our final starting pitcher is reigning NL Cy Young winner Jacob deGrom. deGrom 3-6 feels reminiscent of last year, but this year he's only put up a 3.38 ERA with a 3.12 FIP and a 2.3 WAR. And now we move on to our relievers. Our first one is Kirby Yates from the San Diego Padres. Yates has 24 saves this year with a 15.3 K/9, a 1.2 ERA, a 1.22 FIP, and a 1.8 WAR, which tops NL relievers. Our next reliever is the only giant on this list, and is closer Will Smith. Smith, with 18 saves, has a 13.19 K/9, a 2.2 ERA, and a 2.35 FIP, good enough for a 0.9 WAR. Our next reliever, and only red on the list, is David Hernandez. Hernandez is a 12 K/9 with a 4.8 ERA, but a 2.48 FIP and a 1.1 WAR. Our next reliever is one of the NL's best. It's Josh Hader from the Milwaukee Brewers. Hader, with 17 saves this year, has a 17.41 K/9, which is astronomical, a 2.02 ERA, and a 1.6 WAR, which ranks second among qualified NL relievers. And our final reliever is John Gant of the St. Louis Cardinals. Gant is 6-0 with 3 saves this year, but has an ERA of 1.66 with a FIP of 3 and a WAR of 1, which ranks 4th among National League relievers. And now we move on to our position players. We're going to start first base, and I actually have 3 reserve first basemen because there are so many good NL first basemen, and I had to even leave one of them off. I kind of feel bad, but let's start off with Max Muncy. Muncy's hit 16 home runs, had a WOBA of 382, a weighted runs created plus of 140, and an NL first base leading 2.7 WAR. He's played decent defense, actually above average defense, and even stolen 3 bases. Our next first baseman is rookie sensation Pete Alonso. Alonso's hit 23 home runs for 53 RBIs, good enough for a 2.4 WAR and 147 weighted runs created plus. And our final first baseman is surprise hitting Josh Bell. Bell's hit 19 home runs for 65 RBIs this season, for a 2.4 WAR and 162 weighted runs created plus, even tacking on a 6.53 slugging and a 4.18 WOBA. Our only second base reserve is Mike Moustakas of the Milwaukee Brewers. Moustakas has hit 21 home runs, good enough for a 2.5 WAR and 137 weighted runs created plus. Now we move on to third base, where we also have 3 reserves. And our first reserve is Nolan Arenado of the Colorado Rockies. Arenado's hit 17 home runs, 57 RBIs, good enough for a 2.9 WAR, 127 weighted runs created plus, and playing excellent defense at third base. Our next third base reserve is Chris Bryant of the Chicago Cubs. After a slow start, Bryant has been killing it lately, having a WAR of 2.7, a weighted runs created plus of 143, hitting 274, and have a slugging of 5.40. And our final third baseman is Eduardo Escobar of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Maybe a guy you wouldn't think of, but he's hit 17 home runs for 58 RBIs, a 2.3 WAR, a 3.77 WOBA, and a 5.67 slugging. And now we move on to the outfield, and the first outfielder is $330 million man, Bryce Harper. Harper looks like he's having a pretty bad season, but in reality it's not too horrible. His hitting hasn't been there, but he's played great defense, good enough for a 1.8 WAR, a 3.45 WOBA, a 113 weighted runs created plus, and a 3.8 defense. Our next outfielder is Jock Peterson of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Peterson's been spectacular this year, putting up 18 home runs for 33 RBIs, hitting 5.65 slugging with a 133 weighted runs created plus and a 1.7 WAR. And our final outfielder is Charlie Blackmon of the Colorado Rockies. Blackmon's been tremendous this year, hitting for 16 home runs, 47 RBIs, a 3.36 average, a 4.26 WOBA, a 150 weighted runs created plus, playing a horrendous defense, but still has a 1.8 WAR. Charlie Blackmon. And our final 2 reserve players are catchers. The first being JT Realmuto of the Philadelphia Phillies. Realmuto has a 2.6 WAR, which ranks second among NL catchers, has played probably the best defense of any of the qualified catchers, and is hitting 2.77 with a 3.31 WOBA, a 104 weighted runs created plus. And our final reserve player is Wilson Contreras of the Chicago Cubs. Contreras has hit 2.87 this year, with good enough for 138 weighted runs created plus, played okay defense, averaging up to 1.6 WAR. Alright my friends, that's all I have for you today. Like and subscribe obviously. I'm going to come out with a video on why I think all-star voting sucks, like how the fans vote, because it does. And I'll go on more in that video. But for now, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and see you in the next one, I guess, hopefully.